What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingNews.com. Welcome back now as we going to rank the top 5 3-year-olds of the season so far, exiting the Triple Crown. So it's always kind of fun to do this because the Triple Crown ends like the major part of the season as far as, those 3 races are graded very, very highly. But then it's like, okay, what's going to happen this summer? Could the positions change? Can anybody overtake the current number one and stuff like that? Last year, when Sovereignty won 2 out of 3, we were pretty much like, yeah, he's going to be the 3-year-old of the year. But, journalism was kind of out there that maybe if he could, have a huge year, maybe he could do it. Obviously, that did not happen. This year, again, Golden Tempo is going to be number one, a spoiler alert, but it's like, okay, who are the candidates to kind of overtake him? It's a lot lighter this year, in my opinion. So I think Golden Tempo looking strong. But let's go through it real quick here. I'm going to go number 5, Renegade. So we'll go into the summer with Renegade number 5. Is winning the Sam F. Davis and his win is the Arkansas Derby. Very good prep season. And look, he didn't win a Triple Crown race, but he got second in the Derby. He got third in the Belmont. You could say the Belmont was pretty disappointing. I'll go ahead and say that. But still, I think he's done enough to get himself in the conversation. And look, if he could win a race like the Jim Dandy or the Travers or whatever, he could be at least in the realm, right? And have a chance to maybe overtake Golden Tempo. But as for now, it's not close. But Renegade shows up here at number 5. Number 4, I put Englishman at number 4. Now, he's not in the Classic division, and I don't think he's going to be in the Classic division. It seems like sprinting is what he's going to do best. But, sometimes when the sprinters are this elite, they do get into the top 5. They do get into the Clips award voting there at the end of the season. And maybe he's a, champion sprinter by the time that the season's all over, although that is a very, very deep division. But, anyway, I do think for 3-year-olds, you have to mention him. His Woody Stevens was just out of this world. It kind of reminded me of when Renegade won the Travers. Now, the visuals are a little bit different because you're looking at a 1.25 mile race versus a 7 furlong race. I understand that. But what he did in the Woody Stevens was ridiculous. Bob Baffert's Crude Velocity, who beat him in the Pat Day Mile, he showed up again here, and he was the heavy favorite. And it was the Englishman turned the tables in a huge way. It was crazy. It was a crazy performance. Just a new track record. I mean, it was just wild, and nobody's going to beat that horse running like that. And nobody in the country will beat that horse at 7 furlongs running like that. So he is elite. I don't think he's stretching out, and I don't think he really wants to stretch out. I think they'll just keep him short. So look out for him. He is really, really good. I put Napoleon Solo at number 3. I think the Preakness has to count in a major way. I do realize that's his only win. It's actually the only time he's hit the board this year. And I get the blowback that I'm surely going to get of the Preakness was terrible. He won it. He won one of the big 3 races. He has to be in the top 3. Do you think he's going to finish there? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe if he wins the Haskell, he's the one that's kind of the challenge for Golden Tempo as far as that year-end award. But as of right now, he won the Preakness, put him at number 3. I put Commandment at number 2. His only bad race was the Kentucky Derby. He finished 7th there, but he won the Florida Derby. He won the Fountain of Youth. And look, he was a main challenger in the Belmont, and he got second. I think he got a little bit tired late. I think his problem is he's probably better at a 1/16 mile and an 1/8 mile and a quarter. Might just be a little too long for him. It looked like he got a little tired there, but look, I think again, he's at least put himself in a position where if he could turn the tables on Golden Tempo here, then we might have a little bit of a race on our hands. And I'm not even saying he's going to do that. I'm just saying he at least has a strong resume to be able, okay, now get a big win, and now you're kind of right there in the spot. So I've got Commandment there at number 2, probably, in my opinion, the biggest kind of, quote unquote threat to the number 1 horse, which is Golden Tempo. And he is far and away the number 1, and he's number 1. Like I said, it's not going to just be, one of these horses turns the table on him once. They're going to have to do it a couple of times, because when you have the Derby and the Belmont on your resume, you pretty much have it locked up. He doesn't have to do a whole lot else, and he's going to be the 3-year-old of the year. Listen, these are the races, especially nowadays when horses kind of just say no to the Preakness. The Derby and the Belmont are the two races that everybody's pointing for. He's able to win them both. I mean, he is far and away a number one. So Golden Tempo number one as we head into the summer. Just to kind of project now where these horses are going, or talk about where these horses are going to go. Seems like Renegade's going to stick at Saratoga. I think Jim Dandy Travers, some variation of that will happen for him. So he's going to be right there. Englishman, I would imagine another horse that'll stick at Saratoga and run in the sprint races. I don't know if he'll run in the Amsterdam and Alan Jerkins, or maybe just the Alan Jerkins. I don't know. But he's going to be there. And I would imagine you're going to see some short fields in those races if Englishman enters, because that's not a lot of horses are going to want to take him on. Napoleon Solo, the Haskell is going to be next for him. Now, after the Haskell, we don't really know. I would imagine if the Haskell went really well, we could see him in the Travers. You could go Haskell to Pennsylvania Derby. You could do something like that. And again, I have no idea. I'm just kind of speculating past the Haskell, but he's going to go there. And I think it's going to be a very interesting race and should be fun. So we'll see Napoleon Solo there. Commandment, they pretty much said Jim Dandy is probably going to be next for him. And I would think Jim Dandy to the Travers would make sense if he's doing well. So he's another one that, he's going to be right there with Renegade and with Golden Tempo. Golden Tempo, Jim Dandy Travers immediately was mentioned. And so we're going to see, Golden Tempo, Commandment, Renegade, the 1, 2, 3 finishers of the Belmont. If they all stay healthy, we are going to see them run against each other at least, 1, 2 more times. So that'll be fun as well. One horse not on the list, so I think we have to mention that I almost ranked, and if not for Englishman, I would have, but I kind of wanted to talk about Englishman because of how good he was. But Further Ado, I think, is a horse that you got to think about. He, in case you missed it, Further Ado did come back to win the Mat win. He did it pretty impressively. Kind of a measured win, I would say. I don't think he was, all out or anything like that, and he was able to win pretty easily. So keep an eye out for Further Ado. I wonder if the Haskell's next. They didn't really come out and say, but if they said Commandment's going Jim Dandy, I think Further Ado versus Napoleon Solo and the Haskell is likely. I think that's a really interesting race, a really good race, right? So I think that would be fun. We'll know other horses will show up there too, obviously, but that would be a pretty good headlining a duo there. So, Further Ado, a horse, he won the Bluegrass pretty impressively. And if he can get some big wins, maybe he can, get up here and throw his name into the hat as well. But for right now, I'll put him up on the screen. Golden Tempo, give him his flowers. I was wrong about him in both the big races this year. No doubt about that. Really did not think he would win the Belmont for sure, and he was able to do it. So you got to give him his flowers here as on the Monday after the Belmont and say, man, you win those 2 races. That is pretty darn impressive. It opens up that, what are we going to do with the Triple Crown debate? That's something I don't have any interest in talking about anymore, because I don't think there's a winner either way as far as that goes. But as far as who's ranked number 1 in 3-year-olds, no question, it's Golden Tempo. All right, guys, hit that like button if you like the video. Hit subscribe if you really like it. Want to get alert every time we do videos like this. And most importantly, stay tuned to the site for more coverage throughout the summer.